Love a good bracket. Brackets are fun. Reminds me of the NCAA tournament, right? This time it's the NBA. Okay, it's the new tourney, so let's just make sure everybody understands what's going on. 7 plays 8. That's the Lakers and the Warriors. The winner advances and is the 7 seed. They'll play the Suns. So 7 and 8 play one game. The winner is the 7. The loser plays the winner of the 9-10, and that's an elimination thing. One team becomes the 8th seed. So if you're the Lakers or the Warriors, the only way you're not in the playoffs is if you lose 2 in a row. If you're the Grizzlies or Spurs, the only way you make the playoffs is if you win 2 in a row. I hope you got that. If not, I'll start Venn diagramming for you after the show. Let's head east. Same thing. Celtics play the Wizards. You know, I'm kind of rooting for the Wizards there. I'd like to see Russ Westbrook and KD head-to-head in the playoffs right out of the gate. You could say whatever they want. You know they don't like each other. I know they don't like each other. They know they don't like each other. That would be a lot of fun. Bucks going to play the Heat. By the way, surprising when you look at the odds and the price in that series, that is almost an even series. You feel like the public has already advanced Milwaukee. Be careful there. I know Kenny White, for example, thinks that there's value in the Heat potentially as a big live dog in that Eastern Conference. And what about the Knicks? Go New York, go. Taking on the Hawks in that 4, 5, Sixers top seed, and they'll get whoever ends up as that 8th seed. In other words, the winner of 9-10 and the loser of 7-8. I don't know. Maybe I just confused everybody. Who knows? Maybe you got it. Maybe you don't. The bottom line is we'll start. You'll figure it out as you go. Bill Reiter, our guy. Kenny White, our professional, jumping aboard here. Let's start with the Wizards and the Celtics. This is all going to get going on Tuesday. I am very surprised the Celtics are favored here. No Jaylen Brown. They look a little lost. The Wizards have been on fire. The Wizards are 18-5-1 against the number in their last 24. Bill, did you think that the Celtics would be favored here? And what do you want to do with this one?
No, I took a long, hard pause and had to just think for a second, what does Vegas know, as they often do, that the rest of us don't? Because I'm on the Wizards plus 1.5, and I love it. You said it, the injuries of the Celtics. We all know the upside that they had. A lot of folks, myself included, thought they would be contenders entering the season. But the reality is Boston's been unreliable, and this is a Wizards team that over their last 23, 24 games won 17 of those games. That's good if you stretch it over an 82-game season for a 61-win team. They're playing with confidence. Bradley Beal will be the best scorer on the floor in that series. I know it's that one-game series. I know it's one, which makes it really tough to call, but I love the Wizards, especially getting points.
Yeah, I can understand how watching them play, the Celtics play against Miami, no defense. I'm completely shocked. It's just surprising me because Brad Stevens has done such a great job with this organization. I really think that he's got enough talent to compete, but Jaylen Brown being out really hurts their chances. But I was really shocked. They played Miami back-to-back at home and were completely embarrassed in the first one. And I said, well, they got to come back and play defense the next time, and they didn't. So they lost me. I'm going to go over in this game since they play no defense. Washington, number 1 in the NBA in pace. Their guys, Westbrook and Beal, have been just unbelievable. You mentioned the ATS record, but the over numbers are there as well. 6-3 over their last 9. Celtics 8-4 over their last 12 games. And I had to shave 5 points off because it is a do or die type of basketball game. Still, my total comes up well higher than 233. So keep it up, score 60 points a quarter, and we'll get this game to go over.
All right, next up, same thing. This is the kind of the what am I missing game. But it's the other way. Pacers in their barn, only favored by 3 over the Hornets. Look, there's no Gordon Hayward. And you look at it, the Hornets have been bad without Gordon Hayward. They are 9-19 without him. They're 24-20 with him. They're terrible against the number. They're terrible on the floor when he doesn't play. And it seems like with the Pacers, you get the best player on the floor with Domantas Sabonis, who becomes the 4th player ever to average 20 points, 12 boards, and 7 assists in a season. He joins Kevin Garnett, Wilt Chamberlain, and Oscar Robertson. Jordan never did it. Magic never did it. Russ never did it. LeBron never did it. Sabonis did it this year. I like the Pacers given the 3. Any chance you want to go the different direction or attack the total here, Bill?
I do, although I think this is the toughest game on the board. I mean, you said it, no Gordon Hayward. Miles Turner out for the Pacers, Malcolm Brogdon for the Pacers is going to be a game-time decision. But you brought up Sabonis. Not only has that guy been an absolute beast, a machine, in the games against Charlotte, he has dominated these guys. I don't have a good reason for it. It's just calling some folks, trying to fill up my NBA ballot. A few people I respect around the league thought the Hornets had a really good chance in this game, thought LaMelo, recently back from injury, was going to be dynamic. And I know the Hornets have played terrible basketball over the last 25 games of the season. That doesn't bode well. But the Pacers haven't been impressive either. I like the Hornets getting the points, but I don't feel great about it. I think it's a really tough game on the board.
Well, sorry, I can't break the tie, guys. I think the number's about right on the side, but I love the game over the total because Indiana has just gone up tempo as of late. Last 13 games, 10-3 to the over. The median score of those games, 125, 122, 247 points per game since they decided to push the pace. I think Charlotte looks good. They play centerless basketball. P.J. Washington's a power forward / small forward that leads the middle. Miles Bridges is really a stretch three. Rozier, Ball, and Graham are really good guards. All three can pass. All three can shoot. And then Jalen McDaniels, another three-point shooter. They all shoot threes. They all pass the ball well. I think Charlotte's going to play well. I think Indiana plays well, so I'm over the 228.
Next game is the next day. And then we'll go out west, and we'll start with Golden State, the Lakers. This is the marquee matchup of the play-in tournament, right? Now, it's not an elimination game. Whoever wins advances. Whoever loses just has to play again and not lose again, and they'll advance. But this line went from 6.5 to 4.5. It dropped. The total went from 225 down to 219.5. I got to assume this is about LeBron James's ankle, which may or may not be 100%. I'm not sure what to do in this game, considering the line is dropping and changing so much, and I don't know about the health of the most important player and the best player on the floor. Bill, I almost think maybe Warriors here. What are you going to do?
I'm with you on Warriors, although I was hosting a radio show when the line came out, and I meant to jump on it at 6.5, and I didn't. I would have felt a lot better at Warriors plus 6.5. There's a few things. One, the unreliability of the Lakers stars. We don't know about the ankle. And Lakers sources I've talked to think it's okay, but with LeBron James, that's unusual. Usually they know it's okay when it's playoff time. And it feels like every other game, Anthony Davis has some other phantom injury that does or doesn't pop up and is or isn't a concern. And you couple that with the fact that I know the Lakers have the best defensive rating in the NBA, but the Warriors have the 5th best. Draymond Green's been a man possessed. I think he called himself a bleeping dog in his term after that final regular season game. And Steph Curry, that guy will go out there and get buckets. I like the Warriors. I like them to keep it close. I think they're actually going to win the game. And I think there's a lot of value there, given the fact there's so much uncertainty around Anthony Davis' health and really LeBron James and how effective he's going to be.
And, this is another game where in-game wagering might be the way to go to figure out who's in, who's not, who's healthy, who's playing. If James and Davis are playing, I make the game 7.5 at home, and I think that's the right side. I don't see any indication that either one of those guys will sit. Obviously, Davis is playing, but James, I think, is playing as well. So with both in the lineup, I'm laying the 4.5. I think this price goes back up to 6.5. If you like the Warriors, wait it out, bet it at game time. But again, the best case scenario might be betting this in game.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.